Are you excited?
I've put my new thongs on for the special occasion.
I mean, we are dressed for it, aren't we?
Well, I still wear my jeans with a hole in them, but
Alright, let's
you
go.
can't ask too much.
Let's go, baby. Here we go. Oh my goodness, what have we got ourselves into? Check this out, baby. Yeah! Wow, there's so much to take in here. This is absolutely crazy. I would never thought I'd ever be buying one of these, and well, the day has come, because we'll get into all the details a bit later why we bought this car. But Ben, a salesman here, GMSV in Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton GMSV.
Like near Glenelg, mate. He's been an absolute star.
These two deserve this thing. I think they worked hard for it.
So yeah, we're gonna drive away in this thing, and it's got cameras. We'll get all into it. It'll take me a while to get to know this truck, but it just probably won't stay like this. But we'll get into the details later. But we got to get back to the caravan park now, and then we can like start showing you a little bit around the car. So let's go, baby.
This seat is mint.
Mate, what are we doing?
Why are you so far away?
I feel like I'm sitting in the next lane, bro.
Oh, it's going to get some taking used to after rolling around in the cruiser.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely not a cruiser. What I'm finding is, obviously there's plenty of room in here, there's plenty of power. The steering is very sensitive compared to the cruiser, because obviously it's built in the 80s. Like, and I'm not downing the cruiser, I'm just trying to give you my first impressions of this car. Obviously it's full of technology that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with. Hang on. Oh, in it goes.
Yeah, I think the question was, do you know how to drive it when we left?
Turn right, then at the roundabout.
I can tell you one odd tip now is I haven't used my clutch foot yet on the brake, which is good. So I've remembered how to do that, because I do have a license to drive both cars. Ooh, ooh.
But I think it's going to take some time just to get used to it. It is a much wider, bigger car, so that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. And we were quite nervous going past the cyclist a few minutes ago. Derek was worried he was going to hit the cyclist on the back of the helmet.
I've just got to learn how like big it is. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've just got to learn how wide it is. But you know, we've been driving around in friends of ours, and I've just got to remember, this Chevy's not as wide as our caravan. So
that's true.
You know, if you think about it like that, doesn't matter what car you tow your caravan at. Caravans are all built to a standard to fit in a lane. I can't remember, I think it's 2.2 or whatever it is. The car's not wider than that, so that just gives you an indication. But it is a bit wider than normal cars, but it is definitely putting a smile on your face. And I will add, I did not test drive this car, because at the end of the day, the choices were very thin on what vehicles that we needed to do what we do. So I went with my gut feeling, and I'll tell you what, I'm not disappointed at all. Alright guys, it's been a hot minute. We apologise for the wind. We've tried to drive around the town we're in so we can record the car, but the weather's just not playing its game. So hopefully it doesn't come out on the camera too much. Well, here it is. We've just done a tickle. This is quite shocking actually. 3,900 Ks on the car, and we've owned it for a month or 5 weeks or so. We thought we'd drive the car a little bit so we could give you our honest feedback on a stock standard 2024 Chevrolet 2500 HD. Well, I gotta say, it tows the van no problem at all. Excuse me, don't mind me, I've got a coffee. We are able now to fill the water tanks in the zone, and we've also currently filming up in the sort of more of the high country for you. We said we wanted to come back And because it's this time of the year, it's also allowed us, I know it sounds funny, to get warm clothes and be able to carry that weight. Where we were bang on our tow limit, and we only really carried a minimal amount of stuff really
Very minimal.
for living in a caravan, right? So here it is. We've done, like I said, 3,900 Ks. So far, so good. It's already been in for its first checkup service, which we had to do within a month, unlimited kilometers. And I've only just got that done in Wagga Wagga, just in time for that month. That's why I sort of know, actually we've had the car for like 4 weeks, so apologies on that. The mileage is starting to creep up already. That's what we spoke about in last episode. This car is on an NB1. I had no idea until I went in. So this is on a car license. And if you want to drive it on a truck license, it's an NB2. This is what we were trying to say in the other episode. No, nothing wrong with it. But when we start chopping in 200s and 300s and 79s to add and extend and chassis brace and all that kind of stuff to get that extra tow, for us, we just felt most probably wasn't good, because like the motor just works harder to tow more, and you have to spend all that money. Where you can buy something, this is just our opinion, you can buy a car that you can just drive straight off the floor, as you can see.
100% standard. Nothing done to it.
No, we're lying. I put an air freshener in as my first upgrade. And friends of ours had this hard tawny cover lying in the shed from their last Chevy. And he said, mate, we can stick it on and try and keep some stuff dry. So in the back there, what I've done is I've actually just went and bought like a plastic bin from Bunnings, so I could put like my fishing bag and stuff in there, and it's water sealed, and I've strapped it to the back of the tub. And then we're like loading timber at the moment, because we're, you know, it's winter up, or it's coming into winter now up here, and it's quite cold. So we've been having some really good fires. This is all coming up in our future episodes. We've been recording up and filming up here. But other than that, guys, it's absolutely stock standard. Put the tow bar in the back, and off it came with the tow bar, and off we went. And it's pretty good. We're gonna turn the camera on soon in a minute, like she can give you her feedback. So, honest opinion, the only thing that I will say to you, and this is a lot on the forums, the Facebook forums, I've joined all of them, seems to be a common problem with the Chevys. The suspension is not good in terms of shocks. They got the standard shocks. I've heard things that just say that they're not really for the Australian sort of roads and stuff like that. So that's the first thing that must problem. So what is happening is porpoising a lot, and I'm bottoming out a lot with the caravan on the tow. Now we don't even have our caravan filled to the full 4 ton, which would then technically say I need a 400 ball weight. I think our ball weight's roughly about 320 kilos at the moment. It's not a lot, and I'm already sort of, you're driving and a lot of porpoising going on, and I believe if you change out the shocks, that will sort it out, which I wouldn't mind. These are 20-inch rims on here anyway, I think is standard. I'm pretty sure, yeah, R20s. We call them the casino wheels.
Oh, the casino wheels.
I wouldn't say they the prettiest of wheels. So, buying this car, we got no money.
So what you see here is what it is.
Is what it is at the moment. I obviously would like to go and maybe put a suspension in, change rims and tyres. Hopefully one day we can get a canopy on the back here. Bull bar for travelling is just, I think it's necessary. Put a UHF in. I've just got a handheld UHF, which we had in the cruiser that Sue used when we were backing in and stuff. I've just kept that, and
we literally don't even have a UHF.
No, we don't. I happened to go to Super Cheap Auto, and they said you got some credit, and I was like, I'll get an air freshener. So I didn't even pay for that technically. No, seriously guys, we've done, like I said, 3,900 Ks in it. It's most probably running stock standard towing. I reckon our caravan with the full water and stuff is probably coming in now at about 3,750. I haven't weighed it. I'm just working on like what we weighed the van with 1 tank of water, and I've got another 160 litres I could have filled up. So you add the weight, it puts me at like 3,650 340 or something, plus the extra bit of clothes, the coffee machine. I think it's around 3,650 to 3,700. So still got a bit of room for movement on that.
Just because we have it doesn't mean you have to fill it.
Yes, but drive, I love driving this. I am missing the cruiser in some places, I'm not going to lie to you. But when it's travel day and I wake up and I know that I've got to drive this car, it does put a smile on my dial. It is an absolute beast. It's comfortable inside. I think it's 10-speed automatic, and it tows the van no problem. Like pull off, it is good. Now,
and that was the plan.
That was the
plan.
plan.
We were in a situation where we needed a car that could do a job, and that job was for it to be able to tow over 4 ton or 4 ton.
Or over 3.5 ton.
Yeah.
Disclaimer alert, really doesn't matter, but unfortunately when we do things like this, it most probably does matter. We have paid full price for this car, drive away.
Full price.
I could tell you the price, but it must probably, you can do the research. I paid full price. I walked in.
Not a cent of discount, although.
I did. I got a little bit of discount. Like I just said, mate, can you sharpen your pencil? And he said, I can do it for that. And I was like, yeah, righto. What am I going to do?
So he gave you the black number plates on the house instead of the white?
Yes, I got the black number. But everything was probably anyone could get when going in. So
no, I'm sorry. I got a bottle of wine. Ben gave me a bottle of wine.
Well, you got that. You normally, when you buy a new car, they tend to give you maybe, I don't know, a bottle of wine or a multi-tool, some key rings.
Well, I'm happy I got a bottle of wine. Ben looked after me.
Yes. Well, I get to drive that. That's me. We talk about space inside. It is obviously very spacious. It's a very comfortable car. It's got all the new, this is the 2024 model. It's got all the new screens. You put your phone in the Wi-Fi charger. Everything comes up on the screens as one would think spending this type of money, I suppose. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the bells and whistles. So far, towing our vans, this is actually where I was. I'm running on an average of 19 to 20 litres to the 100, all depending. I've had it down as far as 15 litres to 100. I've had it up as far as 25 litres to 100. That was when we were coming through the mountains here the other day. Depends just how hard you drive it. I don't really have to drive this car hard. It's a weird thing. Like once you get to 100, you've barely got your foot on the accelerator. Now, in a way, I'd like to say before you just dive into the comments and say, I've read, I'm ready for it. Like, I was probably going to get a little bit of banter about us buying a Chevy. All I can say to you is, I was the same way until I never test drove this car, but I've been in some friends of ours' car when they towed the caravan, and until you've actually driven one of these and pulled a caravan with one of these, mate, you will not know yourself. And that's exactly what happened with me. I never got to test drive this car for some reason. I just sort of knew that we sort of had to do it. It was like when I bought the Land Cruiser. I didn't really test drive it because you couldn't test drive it. There was no stock. I walked into Hamilton GMSV in Glenelg in Adelaide. They just happened to have this car there in stock. And I said, righto, we would go for it. So before you throw some comments in, honestly, if you can get down to a GMSV dealer and test drive one of these 2500s,
with a van on the back?
With a van on the back, if you're able to even go hit your van up and tow it, you will not, I do not know that the caravan is even there. Obviously when I'm pulling off, there's weight, but once I get up to speed and where I'm going, all those little niggles and the bumpy roads and the trucks coming past you, and you get that little woof, you don't feel it at all in this thing. It's a weird thing to say. Like, I love towing now. Not that I didn't love towing before, but this thing's just changed the way I feel about towing. It's like, if there's some crosswinds, mate, this thing just absolutely just guns it down the road. But anyway, that's enough from me. Let me swing it around and let's ask the lady at the passenger. Oh, hang on, Sue has driven the car too.
I have driven the car. So I've got to say, I think one of Derek's favourite things about this, come around this side, love, I need to get my coffee.
Get your coffee.
I feel like I'm on camera now. I need my coffee.
Hey, look.
And cold in the car.
Yes.
So, I'll be honest with you. I was really nervous about getting the Chevy for 2 reasons. Number 1, cost. Let's be honest, it's not a cheap vehicle. The second reason I was really nervous is because there is, let's be honest, hot debate about American trucks in Australia. But that said, we've got a number of friends who own Chevs and who own Rams, and yeah, through talking to them, because I'm a very nervous person when I'm making big purchases, I was very comfortable that we were doing something that was okay. Definitely wouldn't have it for town driving. When Derek said I drove the Chevy outside of the town area, and then I pulled over on the side of the road and I said, you take over, because I'm not parking this. So we haven't had issues parking it to date. I'm sure a time will come where we do. But let's talk turkey. What is my favorite thing about the Chevy? So I've got a couple of things I really like about the Chevy. This is not going to be technical. This is not going to be engineering. The first thing I like is that it's got a seat warmer. And with a seat warmer, I've got a bad back, and essentially it warms up my back. So I really love that. The second thing I really love about it is just the comfort in the vehicle, because let's be honest, it's a very comfortable car. Any vehicle really after a Landy 79 will be an extremely comfortable car, but this has just been our experience going from the Landy. Do miss the Landy. She was amazing. She had character. She had spunk. She was awesome. But this is very good. And can I just say, let's just have a little look-see in here. Mr. Bob
Has got plenty of room in the back here, Bobby.
is like the happiest dog in the world.
Off my cameraman. Hey, buddy.
He's got so much space in the back. We were able to buy him a bigger bed, and he fully stretches out from tail to toe when he's on the bed. So that is absolutely superb.
We had this in the Land Cruiser, so we took it out and I gave it a good wash, and that protects the seats for Bobby. The sunroof, well, I believe they'll all come out with a sunroof now, so not that once we get a roof rack on top, I reckon that'll be like sort of non-existent, but anyway.
Okay, well, I've just thought of another thing.
Yes.
The fuel economy. I love the fuel economy because it helps with the bills. There we go. That's me. I'm done.
So guys, there you go. Yeah, these cars are getting a lot more popular on the road. We've seen a lot more of them, and the dealerships are coming. I mean, I got that car serviced in Wagga Wagga because we were around the area. They had a dealership there. They even had a Corvette there on the showroom, and I think one of these on the showroom. So even in the little I wouldn't say the small remote towns, but even out and about, you may even see a GMSV dealership, which just shows that are growing for the amount of demand. Yeah, so yeah, we just thought we'd show you that. From here on, we just keep cruising with our Chevy now. That's us. There's nothing going to be happening to this thing anytime soon that I know of. As soon as I can save some money, I reckon the suspension, rims, tyres will be the first thing to change. I'm not going to be doing anything outrageous. I think we're going to be... Well, we'll have to do it in stages, but I think we're just going to go something like a 2.5-inch lift or 3-inch lift on the Chevy with the same sort of size tyres that are on there, maybe just a bit wider. Nothing too crazy. Bull bar, we have to wait for some bull bars to come to the market. So the front of this is slightly different to the last model. So we're gonna have to wait and see what do we do up the front here. Roof rack, no idea yet. We're just trying to drive and appreciate the car for what it is first, until we can get some savings in the bank after purchasing this vehicle. But guys, yeah, absolutely love the car. If you want to ask us anything about it, we can only give our opinion on it. If you want to ask how it drives, or if there's anything in particular you want to know, drop it in the comments below. But from myself, Sue and Bobby, guys, thanks so much for watching. We can't wait to start the High Country series off again. We've really gone to some really nice places with some friends of ours that have showed us around the place. So,
and completely different in winter.
Completely different in winter, the trees and it. So Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along with us. And from myself soon, Bobby, guys, take care. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.